Good morning. It's 9 a.m. It's time to greet the day. I'm sure all the days are running into each other for lots of people. We're just going to expand our discussion this morning from what we talked about in the first couple of days. Well, welcome to this slightly grayish Calgary morning. I don't know if everybody here is from Calgary. I realized the other day I missed that one of my patients was on who has recently moved to Germany, and I missed saying hi to her on the call. So hopefully you're out there too. Welcome to everyone. So yeah, let's start just recapping again what we've talked about in the first two meditations, and then we're going to add a third element today to what we've been doing with our Peace to All Beings meditation. So the first day we talked about immunity and about finding that inner peace within that helps you to be the commander of your immune system, and to be that centered core being within that actually is your immunity, and also to use that to not be in fear. And we talked about that as being basically that's the blue aspect we're talking about when we're talking about peace, and that blue coloring. It's a quality of the nerve sense pole, so it's a quality of the thinking pole. And so we first started with that, and then yesterday, for those of you who weren't here, we dropped into our heart spaces and we used some HeartMath breathing techniques to bring in the energy of love and gratitude, which was really integrating our rhythmic center, our heart, our lungs, our heart feelings, our sense of feeling into the meditation. And today we're going to talk about how we're going to bring the limbs and the metabolism into this meditation. So one thing actually before we start, I just wanted to let you know that when we do those HeartMath techniques like we were doing yesterday together, that more than one person doing that technique together actually amplifies the coherent field, both of the individual and of the group. And there's actually been quite a bit of experimentation on that has shown that if you can create coherence between two people in a group, that you will start to entrain the others in that group. It's a very good technique for bringing calm into a situation. And it doesn't just have to be in the same room. It can be how we're doing it right now, we're actually having a kind of coherence where we're doing it collectively as a group. And HeartMath as an organization actually does sometimes host global coherence meditations for this reason, with the goal of seeing whether or not they can change the circumstances in a particular location or to do with a particular situation in the world. And so it's such a simple technique, and yet it can be very profound. And so the work that we do here to keep ourselves centered and organized actually has an impact, not just on yourself, but on the people around you. And probably as a group, we actually are helping a great number more people. So there you go. You've done your good deed for the day, and you're about to do it again. So the thing that I wanted to add in today was, like I said, the sense of bringing in the metabolic limbs. So this is like bringing in the pieces of you that are transformative to things that you bring in, and that also create movement in you. And I'm going to use the word for this. I'm going to use the word grounding. That's a common, like a word in common use that people will often use when they don't feel like they're in their limbs very well. They'll feel ungrounded. And really, it does turn out that energetically, when people are very afraid, they tend to kind of go a bit out of body energetically. So the energy fields are not as well associated with the body as they should be. It's a very common response to trauma, both minor and major. And some people actually don't like the experience of being in their bodies and will habitually be ungrounded. However, it's very important to stay in your limbs to make all of the energy layers function optimally together. And there are some curious things about grounding that I want you to do an experiment on with people around you without telling them what you're doing. Well, they're going to be involved in this process because you're going to do this as an experiment. So one of the best exercises in grounding is actually to, in your mind, anchor yourself by pointing your hand at something very like that you would consider very solid around you. So maybe it's the corner of the foundation of your house. We kind of have that sense of that. So my most favorite experiment in this is to wrestle with somebody. One armed wrestle on your feet with somebody while you're using your back hand to anchor into the corner of a building, or as far away as you want, or as deep as you want, however you can visualize it, and to see how stable and steady you actually can be all the way through your feet, and how that sense of being in your feet or anchored like that actually changes your stability dramatically. I was taught this once by a man who does an anthroposophically extended type of physiotherapy. And I've never forgotten this experience. It's absolutely brilliant. So even if you think you couldn't win an arm wrestle or like one of those wrestles with somebody, you've got to try this. And the people who are in your household are not like listening to this meditation. It's so much fun. So I will leave you to that to actually test this theory out a little bit later today. But we're going to use this same sort of feeling to anchor you into the metabolic limb system. We're going to add this as a piece to this meditation, because then we'll actually have all the parts, all the major threefold of you. So we're going to have the thinking and the feeling and the willing all together. Now, I just want to speak a little bit to willing also before I teach you this technique. So it's very important when faced with challenges to be able to bring your willing to the table, to bring your will into the table, but not in a way where you're just doing repetitive, like habitual actions. Lots of the time we can get up and we do the same thing the same way all of the time. We get a kind of inflexibility in will, and because we're so repetitious. We have the same routine. We get up, we brush our teeth the same way, we dry ourselves off with a towel the same way. And I don't know if you've ever had the experience of like losing track of where you are in one of those processes and having to really think it. I sometimes find that if I'm kind of more deeply in my will forces, I will actually not always remember how I normally dry myself off with a towel. And I kind of have to pause in the middle, and I actually think to myself, I know I have a habit of doing this, but I'm actually finding myself more flexible right now. And so how am I going to choose to do it now? And learning to work with that and becoming more flexible in the things that tend to become habitual actually makes you much stronger in your will. Not just obviously in day-to-day inane things, but in the big things. Because where there's something that ought to be done, you have to muster up the will forces to do that. And that can actually be quite difficult. I think we often see people who are not really great at using their will in a centered, balanced way. We can see people who use strength of will to push people around, but that's not the kind of will I'm talking about. I'm talking about coming from a centered, balanced place. What choice do you make? And again, we've talked about this these past 2 days. What choice can you make that fulfills a desired outcome that is a balanced desired outcome? So again, like in this situation that we've got going, like what will forces can you bring to bear to things that are important to you, even within the restrictions that we're finding right now? So even if you're like in like lockdown for 2 weeks or whatever, like what pieces can you bring forward that you've always wanted to do or that are really important to you that you can now try to bring in your will forces to do in a manner that's balanced. So again, we're going to keep talking about these concepts as we're going through the meditations, because one of the strengths in meditation is that you want to use that inner connection to actually express your full humanity in the world. That's the whole point. It isn't just that you're relaxed. I mean, you can do it obviously just for to be relaxed, but the ideal thing is can you unify these forces enough that who you are really shines through in a centered and grounded way. So another one of my favorite grounding meditations, besides pointing beside yourself and anchoring into the foundation of a large building, is to picture the use of tree roots. And so we're going to add this now to our process. Let's just all get comfy. And again, if you can put your feet on the ground and just relax into your chair or however you're doing this morning. And I want you to now start to pay attention to doing the 5-second in, 5-second out breaths. So we're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, and out. And in, and out. In and out. Once again, I want you to pay attention to the center of your chest. Use your hand to touch the center of your sternum if you need to keep your awareness dropped into your chest. So you keep with your rhythmic breathing. And I want you to bring in something that you absolutely love or have gratitude for right into the energy of your chest. It can be a child or nature, a beloved pet, a mountain. The feeling you have in your grandmother's house as a child. Anything Any experience that brings you into that deep gratitude and appreciation while you're maintaining your breathing. And now, with your awareness and love anchored in your heart, you're going to feel or sense the energy, the red root energy of grounding, like big red tree roots growing down from your legs down, down, down into the center of the earth. I want you to feel the anchoring, growing those roots all the way down. See if you can loop them down into the center core of the earth. Feel them wrap around the center of the earth and anchor tight. Feel the dense energy of the earth anchoring you. And then bring that energy back up. Feel it through your feet. Keep an awareness of that breath. And now I want you to feel that gratitude and love that you have in the center of your chest now goes down to the earth. And comes back up. You feel the love come back to you. And then also send some up through your crown from your heart. Then bring it back down, back into your heart. And maintain your breathing. And now we'll go into our meditation. So once again, let go of any remaining tensions, any stresses. Let go of anything that feels uncomfortable. Each out breath of letting go. A letting go into the thought and feeling of peace, of love, gratitude, and groundedness. Not as words or concepts, but what is the energy of peace, love, and ground. Each out breath, a letting go, a letting go into the energy of peace, underneath the sounds, underneath the sensation, underneath everything that's being experienced. Feel for the energy of peace. Each out breath, a letting go. Now imagine or visualize transparent pale blue light, blue like the sky without any clouds. And as the breath leaves the body, each out-breath, that transparent pale blue light forms itself into a bubble or globe surrounding your physical body. Radiant, transparent, pale blue energy, like a bubble or a globe filled with the energy of peace surrounding you. Then bring your attention to a point or place just above the navel, a little way inside. A point of light, like a diamond or a star, at the center of your being. And as your breath comes into your belly, so too does this light begin to expand. Each in-breath, a transmission from cell to cell, filling the temple of the body with light. Now you feel that as the light expands in your belly, so too does your anchor to the earth. Feeling your feet, feeling the roots of red energy anchoring you to Mother Earth. Send her your warm feelings of peace and love and groundedness. Each out-breath, peace and letting go, confirming and expanding that transparent sapphire blue globe surrounding you. Feeling the rhythm of your breath and the connection between all of us as we create a strong, coherent heart field. Between ourselves and spreading out, rippling over the surface of our globe, connecting each of us, smoothing the energy for the other beings on this planet. And feel that come back to you tenfold. For it is in giving that we receive. Each out-breath, a letting go into the energy of peace and the transparent pale blue sphere surrounding your body. Each in-breath, light expanding from your center and rooting you to the earth. Peace to all the beings that we have been in the past. Imagine the energy of peace, love, and groundedness flowing backwards through time, blue, yellow, and red, like a ripple or a wave upon the timeline. May all the beings that we've been be well and happy and free from fear. Peace to each being within each being here, and to all those with whom we are connected, whether they are near or far, known or yet to be known, in this world or some other. Just imagine this energy of peace flowing down all the lines of connection. May each being within each being here and all those to whom they are connected be well and happy and free from fear. Peace to all the beings that we are yet to be in the near future or the far distant future. Just imagine this energy of peace, love, and groundedness flowing forwards through time, blue, yellow, and red, as an anonymous gift from who you are now to who you are yet to be. That peace may be waiting for you in each new moment as it arises. May all the beings that we are yet to be well and happy and free from fear. Peace to all beings within or beyond the imagination, in the world of ideas or the world of dreams. May all beings, real or imaginary, be well and happy and free from fear. Peace to all beings, from the smallest cell to the largest galaxy in space. May all beings of whatever size or shape be well and happy and free from fear. With the knowledge that the transparent pale blue sphere of perfect protection surrounds you, that the warm light of the heart emanates from you, that the light from the star at the center of your being glows brighter, the energy that attaches you to Mother Earth grows stronger. When you find an out-breath that feels good, open your eyes to a new moment in your own time. And while we're still in this space, another poem. This is a hymn from the ancient Rig Veda. Although my spirit may wander the four corners of the earth, let it come back to me again so that I may live and journey here. Although my spirit may go far away over the sea, let it come back to me again so that I may live and journey here. Although my spirit may go far away to the flashing beams of light, let it come back to me again so that I may live and journey here. Although my spirit may go far away to visit the sun and the dawn, let it come back to me again so that I may live and journey here. Although my spirit may wander over the lofty mountains, let it come back to me again so that I may live and journey here. Although my spirit may go far away into all forms that live and move, let it come back to me again so that I may live and journey here. Although my spirit may go far away to distant realms, let it come back to me again so that I may live and journey here. Although my spirit may go far away to all that is and is to be, let it come back to me again so that I may live and journey here. Although my spirit may wander in the valley of death, let it come back to me again so that I may live and journey here. One last comment before we go. Yesterday, I got a text from a close friend who said, "Last night, a blue being appeared in my room. And when I woke this morning, my first thought was, all is love." So don't doubt that the people that you're connected to feel exactly what you're doing. It's important work to be inside. So I hope that starts your day off right. We'll see you again tomorrow at 9 for the happy half hour. Have a great day, guys. Bye.